Good morning. I'm former Cabinet Secretary Nani Braganza during President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo's administration.
And I'm former Cabinet Secretary Edwin Lacierda during Pinoy's administration. And we are the spokes. From the panel hosts then to our group chats now,
We'll be giving you conversations that will make you think and assess.
so that you could come up with your own personal opinion. So for our first noted by the spokes topic, sabi ni CSP Soto, mag-file kayo ng ethics complaint kay Bato.
Critics, meaning including civilian.
Yes, yes.
So, is that also applicable sa House?
Si Bato naman ang sinasabi natin. I don't know, nasa house ka eh.
Hindi, ibig sabihin kasi parang...
Are you referring to Kiko Braganza?
Yeah. Bansaga, boss.
Sorry pa.
Pinapasuspend mo yung hindi member ng Congress eh. No, I'm just saying because sometimes the rules don't apply. But yes, ito ba sinasabi, Boss Edwin Nakwan, government of the people, by the people, for the people. Siguro ito ibig sabihin nun, that may direct...
And he opened it up, I think, to the civil society groups. So, sabi ni Senator Trillanes, he's hiding daw in Davao.
Uy, may nabasa akong na statement ni Senator Bato.
Oh,
Tinawagan daw niya si Senator Lacson, Sir, lalampasan ko yung haba ng pinagtago mo.
Gano'n ba habang nagtago
taon yun, taon.
Naalala ko yun kasi nung panahon namin sa kasi lumabas eh.
Yes.
Diba?
Pero ibang kaso kasi ito eh.
Meron daw, ano tawag, Agarwood Farm si Bato sa Mindanao, kaya doon na lang siya he's hiding there. Protektado rin naman siya eh, di ba?
Yes, sa Tago na. By the way, very lucrative business yung agarwood.
Ano yun?
It's a wood, fast-growing, nakapalit ng mga gemelina, mga ganon, fast-growing. Ginagamit yung
Sa perfume
etc.
Okay. So, pero it's very disheartening that this guy was so arrogant in saying, magpapakulong ako pag nakulong si Duterte. Ngayon na may pending warrant of arrest, bigla siya nagtago. So,
don't get so long the attorney.
Oo.
One time, kausap ko yung abogado ko, a human rights lawyer for that. Sabi niya, paano yan, attorney, kung may kliyente ka na may kaso na may warrant of arrest? Ang unang ko advice, magtago muna bago ayusin yung warrant. But in this particular case kasi, sa abroad to eh. So, can you really hide forever?
No, because even if the warrant of arrest is issued, what happens is that ICC doesn't have any boots on the ground.
Yes.
So they will really employ
gobyerno
maghahanap sa kanya.
Actually, probably the bigger implication is, kung sa tagal niya nagtatago, can he be suspended as a senator?
Dapat yan. Dapat,
diba?
Oo.
Kasi hindi ka na kwan eh.
May sweldo ba siya?
Already.
Nani, may sweldo ba siya? Kayo, pag na-suspend kayo, binibigyan pa kayo ng sweldo ng Kongreso?
Ako wala ngayon kasi talo ko eh.
Hindi, pero pero kung pag incumbent ka,
sabi ko nga internal rules.
Hindi, kunyari si Kiko Braganza, Kiko Barsaga, nananadya na eh.
Alam mo itong si Edwin Leviste.
Pero Nani, pag ganyan, if you're suspended...
Technically meron.
Meron pa rin?
Alam mo, don't get this wrongly mga kababayan ho natin. Kunyan parang tayo-tayo to eh.
Hindi, pero okay, I can understand Kiko Barsaga being suspended and perhaps being remunerated. But Bato de la Rosa intentionally tried to evade arrest. So should he still be paid for his...
Well, depende sa internal rules ng Senate.
Okay.
That's up to, sa tingin ko, that's up to Senator Soto and the members of the Senate.
Okay.
Kung magkakasweldo siya o hindi. But of course, they can always change the rules na walang sweldo.
Pero if you're
kokonti yung iniihaw niya na panganantun.
Kasi unfair yun, unfair yun sa taong bayan. Kunyari, ang ating magaling na floor director, si Eileen, nag-absent siya. Babayaran mo ba siya kung nag-absent siya? Di ba hindi? Itong mga senador, nagtatago.
Saka matataas ang sweldo ng mga to.
Oo nga, siyempre. May dahil sa...
You know, the richest Filipinos earn more than 250,000 a month. And there are less than 250,000 Filipino families in the Philippines. Sa sweldo ng mga to, baka nandun nga sa top 1%.
Alam mo,
di ba?
I'll just give you a comparison. Our richest is around 5% of the population.
Kasama ka ron.
Hindi ako kasama ron. The 5%, if we are at 100 million, it's 5 million. Equivalent to the total population of Singapore. I mean, you know, it's a little bit bigger, but ganun karami yung mga mayayaman natin din dito sa
Well,
Pilipinas.
technically, we have 20 million families. Kasi on the average, 5. So, 100 million plus, so 20 million. 1%, yung kumikita ng more than 250,000 naman.
Anyway, tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. No? Anyway, moving to the next noted by the spokes topic. Speaking of hiding, ang sabi ni John Vic Remula, na naniniwala siya na si Saldico nasa Portugal. Pero cancel na ang passport niya. No?
By the way, sorry. Yung bang golden visa, is that automatic na magkakaroon ka ng passport na nag-issue ng visa mo?
I have no idea how it is. But you hold a golden visa, so parang you're given the benefits of a citizen absent except that's for citizenship.
You know, the reality is, mayaman na nagtatago, mahirap na nagtatago, mas mahirap mahuli yung mayaman. May pera eh.
Siyempre.
Yung mahirap, limited yung gagalawan niya.
Dito lang sa Pilipinas nagtatago eh. Pag mayaman ka, all over the world eh. Marami tayong mga countries na hindi walang extradition treaty.
Yes.
Yun yung problema. So, ano sa tingin mo? Anong gagawin ng Philippine government?
Well, unang-una, ano ba yung sa Interpol? Kasi yung Interpol ata can act even walang extradition treaty.
If there is a red notice.
If there's a red notice.
If there's a red notice, so all the member countries are informed that a certain individual that we're looking after, and can you assist us in apprehending the...
So ang tanong ko po rito, kung yung bansa na nagpapahuli, walang extradition treaty, doon sa bansa na kung saan may huhuliin, obligado bang gumalaw yung kapulisan ng bansa na yon?
Yung nabasa ko, merong obligation, pero depende sa iyo eh. China, hindi naman nanguhuli yan eh.
Hindi nanguhuli.
Di ba? Member din sila ng Interpol. But the thing is, the workaround kapag wala tayong extradition treaty, for instance, Portugal, ang ginagamit natin, and if they want to really help the requesting country, ginagamit ng violation of municipal laws.
Municipal laws.
So pag let's say nasa Portugal ka, nag-violate ka ng isang ordinance or batas, huhulihin ka, i-deport ka. That's a faster way of doing that. Yes. And that's really part of the way you go around it.
Para mo binibigyan ng tip yung mga Pilipino.
Hindi, marunong na yung mga mga pugante yan. They were not born yesterday.
Look, there are 15 million Filipinos abroad, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Kahit magpunta si Saldi, tinatamaan ng video, di ba?
Correct.
So, in other words, nasagi niya to, nag-complain to, this is Saldi.
Kaya nga. So, maraming bagay na pwede mangyari. So, ang red notice naman, I think we've already requested from the Interpol for Saldico.
Yes.
It will take, but you know, the important thing of a red notice, ang basic requirement is that you have a valid warrant of arrest and it has been served and unreturned. So, na-serve na sa bahay nila. So, yun ang gagawin.
By the way, yung nabasa ko ba ng news, may patong ba? They're considering na lalagyan ng reward?
Wala, pinag-aaralan pa raw eh. Narinig ko kay Attorney Claire na pag-aaralan pa.
Okay.
Anyway, so these are the headlines noted by the spokes today. The spokes will take a short break and come back with a Manila councilor joining our discussion on what appears to be a year-end political firestorm. Exciting po.
Merry Christmas po.
And the spokes is back. Joining us are the women at the center of Manila's year-end political controversy. Dr. Lei Lacuna, President of Liga ng mga Barangay, and her legal counsel, Attorney Michelle Africa. Taga Batangas yan, Africa.
Oo nga.
Welcome to the spokes.
Good morning, Sir Edwin.
Welcome
Sir
to the spokes, Dr. Lei and Attorney Michelle. Boss, pwede ba for the record lang?
Yes, go ahead.
Para malinaw lang. Ako po ay membro ng Aksyon Demokratiko dati.
Okay.
I voted for Mayor Isko for President. At I resigned as a member of the board after the elections. Tapos nagtayo kami ng party list, Aksyon Dapat Party List. Affiliated lang naman sa Aksyon Demokratiko, but we have as a member of the board si Konsihal Joaquin Dumagoso. So, yun lang. Baka mamaya ay mapulaan ako na, ba't nandiyan yan, bias yan. Di ho ba?
Apo.
So, ngayon pwede ko na sabihin kahit ano.
Yeah. Just to be clear, Dr. Lei, are you still the incumbent president of the Liga ng mga Barangay?
Are we talking about lehitimo or hindi po?
I would assume that you would say you defend your cause?
Sa akin po, ako po ang lehitimong Liga President ng Maynila. Pero dahil po sa nangyari na pagpapatanggal sa akin, meron na pong umuupo ngayon na Liga President ng
Sworn
Lungsod ng
in?
Maynila. Sworn in po
But
Sworn in by Mayor
by Mayor
Isko.
Isko.
But we're look at you filed the case, and obviously you believe that you're still the incumbent.
Yes po.
And what are the grounds, Attorney Africa, that you believe that Dr. Lei is still the incumbent president?
Well, she is the recognized president ng Liga when you ask the National Liga ng mga barangays of the whole Philippines. Because she was elected by they were recognized kasi. Kasi po, ang election po nila happened right after nung na-elect sila as barangay
Yes.
Mm.
chairpersons.
Yes. Mandatory yun.
Mandatory
Bumibigay
po.
siya. That's
And
mandatory.
si Liga ng mga barangay of the Philippines, meron po silang sarili nilang batas, may sarili
Yeah,
silang
yeah.
constitution,
Yeah, yeah,
and
well.
by virtue of that
Right,
constitution,
right.
naiboto po sila.
Wait, you are the president of the Liga ng Barangay of the whole Philippines, or just
Of Manila po.
Manila. So, you know, I used to be nagkagawad ako eh. Nung nag-aaral ako ng bar,
SK.
nagkampanya ang nanay ko sa akin, hindi ko alam, naging kagawad
Barangay.
ako, barangay. But anyway,
Oh.
how does, and please pardon me for my ignorance, before you become a president of the Liga, you have to be a councilor first?
No, you have to be a barangay chairman.
Barangay
Barangay
chairman.
chairman.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, how do you
Association.
become,
So, after po ng barangay chairman, meron pong 30 days for the election of the Liga
Yes.
President. So, amongst, meron po kami 896 barangays
In
sa
the
Manila.
entire Manila?
Yeah.
Opo. So, nag-elect po sila ng presidente, and automatic po, pag ikaw ay naging presidente, you will become an ex-officio member
Of the City Council. Yes, yes.
okay, so, you're just one of the many, how many councilors are there in the city council?
36 and dalawa po, SK Fed, and ang,
So you're just one of many?
yes po.
So why were you targeted?
Well, hindi ko
Because
po-
you are a Lacuna? Lacuna?
Yes.
Sorry, Lacuna? Lacuna?
Lacuna po.
Lacuna.
Sa ngayon po, yan lang po ang nakikita kong rason, sir.
Na dahil sa away ng kapatid nyo at saka si Mayor Isko. And you're being purged.
Sorry, nag-mayor din po ako.
Yes po,
Ng
yes
Tita Sus Alaminos. Highly contested to yung mga posisyon na yan because it is equal to a vote between the majority and the minority doon sa konseho.
Konseho.
Are they receiving any benefits
Same.
more than the
Same po as
councilors?
councilors.
So why is it so?
Ganon din yung SK.
Yes po, same po.
And by the way, for the record po, dapat hindi ako walang non-partisan kasi yung barangay election. Niloloko lang natin yung sarili natin.
Totoo yun. Ako, agree ako
Diba?
doon.
Dapat
Ginajunket ang mga barangay people eh.
At saka sa election pa lang, tumutulong naman yung mga municipal, magkalaban, di ba? Or city. So, ideklara nyo na lang.
Let's
Diba? But anyway, yun lang ho yung kwan.
I saw a Facebook post and I'd just like to know, can you describe kung ano nangyari sa inyo? I understand na si Vice Mayor Chi Atienza intervened and spoke to you. Can you describe the whole process?
Saan po tayo magsisimula? Kasi right after...
In the beginning, when God created the world.
In the beginning, sir.
Nung itim pa buhok nila.
Meron na pong umiikot na bali-balita. Meron pong pirmahan ng petisyon para ako'y matanggal.
Anong buwan to?
July pa lang po
Okay.
magsisimula na.
Halos
Immediately
pag-upo
after the
pa lang.
election.
Yes.
Pag-upo pa lang?
Pag-upo pa lang. Opo.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Meron pong mga tumatawag sa akin ng mga chairman na sila po ay pinapatawag paunti-unti. At ang inyong lingkod po ay sinisiraan paunti-unti. Pinapipirma sila. para sa-
Pinapatawag sa office ni Mayor?
Hindi po.
Okay.
May operator to. May kumakausap.
May kumakausap po. Isa pong opisina na under sa Mayor's Office. Kasama po yung tumakbong presidente ng
Ngayon?
Liga.
Na ngayon nakaupo
Opo.
na.
Kumakausap po. Sila po ay pinapipirma na sinasabing gusto nila akong palitan. Meron po mga lumalapit sa akin ng mga punong barangay at nagsasabi talaga, pasensya na, kailangan namin nung gawin.
Yung pumasok kwento natin, let's fast forward to the time when the Vice Mayor approached you allegedly on the Facebook post that I read.
Ako po'y pumapasok na sa session.
What month is this naman?
August po.
So June nag-umpisa, August.
July po
July,
ang
August.
pando po eh.
Ang
Opo.
bilis ha? Okay.
So, medyo July hanggang August, medyo kumakalat na po yan eh. Question pa po nila yung aking leave. ako po'y question pa sa City Council na napagtanayan namin na ako po'y wala pong basihan yon. So, August 19, ako po'y nasa session. Habang nag-session po, lumapit po sa akin ang isang staff ni Vice Mayor Chi. Konsehal, kung pwede pong mag-usap na po kayo ni Vice Mayor Chi. So, pagkatapos po ng session, ako po ay nagpunta sa opisina ni Vice Mayor Chi. Pagpasok ko po doon, sinabi na po sa akin na hindi po niya gusto ang nangyayari, ang kaguluhan na nangyayari sa barangayan. At di ko po makakalimutan, sinasabi niya na ako'y isang sundalo lang. Pag-isipan mo, pahihirapan ka talaga, mag-resign ka na.
If I may, sorry, hindi po ako abogado, hindi ako familiar doon sa kanila rules. In case of incapacity, death, that's the only time you can replace the president of
The
the
Liga
Liga.
meron pong mga cases
may
that...
grounds.
Tapos may succession rule.
Yes.
yes,
In this
Meron.
particular case, kailan po ba tinanggal?
lahat po kami.
Oh.
Wipe out po.
Sinong lahat? All
Lahat,
the officers
buong
of...
Liga
Yes,
po.
all the officers.
Buong Liga.
Alam ko yun eh. Hindi. The mayor cannot even call for the election. It's DILG supervised.
The National Liga
The
po
National-
will call the election.
I saw the Bilyonaryo news report. In fact, you quoted the rules of the Liga.
Yes.
Liga. Yes.
And
po.
you're saying that only the president can
Only the
call
National Liga
National Liga.
Can
can
call
hold,
for an election.
can call for special elections.
Especially.
So, Vice Mayor Atienza never mentioned the name of Mayor Isko, but it was very, very clear.
Yes po.
The implication was
And
Mayor Isko wanted you out.
She even said that, tandaan mo, ang SOCMED nila is very powerful and he's a very powerful man.
Okay. So that was August,
That was August 19.
and then when were you removed from office?
November 11.
Was there what's the procedure? Is there a quorum or is there a notice for a meeting for the entire Liga?
Meron po. So, in case kailangan pong magpatanggal ng mga opisyal ng Liga, kailangan po may petition po ang buong barangay yung Liga ng mga barangay
Yung
assembly.
Liga mismo.
Sila mismo. They have to
Sila
muster
nag-elect
the
eh.
numbers. Parang impeachment po yan eh. They have
Was
to
there
muster.
one? Was there a petition?
There was none.
There was
None. Kaya nga po, nung kami na mismo pa ang nag-report sa National Liga, sa DILG, na nagkaroon ng botohan.
And what happened to you informed DILG?
We asked
we informed them,
Did they
and
take
then
any
they
action?
replied back to us, and that's included in,
And the reply
the
was?
twin cases. They had no notice. There was no involvement because they needed to supervise the elections. DILG, National Liga even commented.
In case of conflict, who resolves? Sino yung immediate na parang bisor para ayusin itong mga problema?
It's the National
National
Liga.
Liga.
Yes.
But you've gone to the courts already.
Yes, we have filed just yesterday.
you
Hindi
also-
DILG?
Supervisory lang po ang DILG.
Okay.
Meron pong lahat po ng LGU, lahat po ng Liga, under po kami ng National Liga, and meron po kaming sinusunod na bylaws.
Yes.
Did you, this is a question of administrative law, did you exhaust administrative remedies?
At this point kasi, at this point, damage has already been done.
Okay.
And it went so fast that we could not stop it. So
Alright.
that's why we resorted to extraordinary remedies.
Meaning
na, sir.
going to the regular court.
Regular court.
Hoping na may TRO. Or something.
Hindi na nga po,
wala na,
status quo
natanggal na eh.
ante-order
Natanggal na,
na po
wala
eh.
na.
Status
Nauna
quo
sa status
ante
quo,
na.
mabilis.
Yeah. But then yun nga po, it was really so fast that it could not have been done if there was no, meron talagang grand plan. There was a grand plan.
What was your allegation in the complaint? What is the nature of the complaint?
Yung pong final namin kahapon sa RTC is a petition for certiorari prohibition and mandamus with status quo ante order.
Okay.
Okay, sorry,
So-
I'm an idiot. What does that mean?
So,
Explain.
yung pong yung pong mga nasabing acts ni Dr. Lei.
Okay.
So essentially, we want to nullify all of those because they are illegal. And they went beyond their authority. In fact, hindi po nila authority yon eh. Natanggalin siya. What happened was, instead of the National Liga and yung mga barangay chairman na magtanggal sa kanya officially, it was the city council who did it. And the city council does not have power over the Liga.
So if the court decides in your favor,
Babalik po siya.
reinstatement and habol. Yun lang that's the one I'm trying to look at.
Yes.
Who are the party respondents in your case?
The party respondents in the case, actually, ano po yun, no? So, certiorari, and then we had also filed an ombudsman complaint.
Wait, so let's talk about the
Sa
certiorari
CPM.
case.
Okay po. So ang ano namin doon, respondents namin is the city council, mayor, vice mayor, city council, at yung po mga nanalo na doon sa sinasabi nilang special elections.
Okay. You filed the case in the Ombudsman.
Yes.
Sino ang kinasuhan nyo?
Essentially, mayor, vice mayor, majority leader, and then yun pong mga pumalit sa kanila doon sa buong
Hindi ba
bahay.
kayo nagpo-forum shopping?
Hindi po kami nagfo-forum shopping.
Ibig sabihin ng
because-
forum shopping?
Oo. Parang naglalako. Para pong naglalako ng kaso. Parang
Kasi
ganun.
lakuan na siya.
Akala ko ako baliw dito.
That's why it's a good team.
No, but seriously.
No, hindi po siya forum shopping because what we're trying to address in the certiorari petition are the acts.
Okay. And all these are documented, obviously.
All documented over the course essentially from July 1st up to yesterday before
Boss,
we filed
again,
it.
an idiot is asking,
Yes po.
anti-corrupt practices yung final nyo.
Yes po,
But
sa
this does not
Ombudsman.
involve money. So, abuse of authority. Is that what you're saying?
Yes
yung
po.
ba yung corrupt practices dito?
I don't know what
Hindi
the
ko alam eh.
allegation-
Well, kasi yung final po namin sa Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices
Yeah.
Act is yung may undue advantage, damage, injury, either to the government or private party. So there is an actual damage.
My God, you're so English. O, sige.
Meron po talaga.
I'll try to-
Kumbaga may
I'll try to-
Ala,
nalugi.
Batanggen niya.
Wala.
Hindi
Wala
lumalabas
ka bang
yung-
balisong dyan.
Hindi, pero
Okay.
may injury po, may naperwisyo, may nakasakit, parang ganon.
No,
siguro,
sorry, I needed
yes,
to
yes.
ask that question.
Yeah, yeah.
Kasi when you talk of the Sandigan, the Ombudsman, as if it always involves money. Ito parang abuse of authority.
Opo.
Something to that effect. That's what
Yes,
you're
yes.
saying.
Pang-aabuso ng kapangyarihan in Tagalog.
So, in regular courts, you ask for provisional
Gusto
remedies.
Tagalog.
Yes po, yes.
Ang sa Ombudsman, wala kang provisional remedy na
Preventive suspension.
kay all the party
Yes.
respondents?
Yes po. Mm-mm.
Eh, pati si Vice Mayor, kinasuhan nyo?
Yes po.
O sino, pag nasuspend lahat yun, ano mangyayari?
Siya mayor, pag nakabalik. No, I'm just kidding. Ito, I'm just curious. Was there a city resolution calling for that election? Wala naman.
Wala po.
Hindi kailangan ng city resolution
Hindi
to.
They cannot call.
Wala.
They have no
National
jurisdiction.
Done.
Walang jurisdiction.
Kasi by law, they cannot intervene eh. But,
Oo nga.
yun nga po nasabi niyo po.
But wait, so the DILG wrote you a letter
Yes.
and it looks like it's supporting your cause.
Opo.
Beyond that, did they do anything?
Well, I think they are because we were the ones who informed them, so I'm sure that the DILG is already looking into
Did
it.
you copy furnish the DILG? Your complaint?
Not yet.
That's not a standard.
Hindi naman po. Hindi naman po.
So, I have a question, and this is something that you and I are very familiar
Yes
with.
po.
The judges in Manila, Dr. Lei, are given an allowance by the city government. As in, I think most of the cities in Manila, in NCR, they provide allowance for the judges. Wouldn't that color the prosecution of this case?
Well, if we look at it technically or objectively, diba, parang judges need to be impartial. No matter...
I mean, we always say that the
Yes.
justice is
Oo
blind,
nga
but
po. There is a possibility, I would say, that there is a
because
possibility.
once you offend, there's always a saying, you don't fight City Hall.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang
Yeah.
you don't fight City Hall. So how do you expect to win this case? On the strength of your evidence?
Yes, on the merits.
Okay, so has the case been ruffled to a particular judge?
Wala pa po.
So babantayan niyo natin yung judge. Ano?
Wala pa po. Wala pa po. It hasn't been raffled yet.
But this is a case of urgency, di ba?
Yes, kaya nga po, di ba tinanong nyo kami kung in-exhaust namin yung administrative remedies, we did not have time to do that. Kaya nga po, we resorted to these mga petitions.
What are the scenarios you're looking at here? Let's say, for instance, in the case of the judge, in the case of the RTC, ano mga provisional remedy niyo ulit? Suspension? Preventive? Ombudsman yun, ano?
Certiorari prohibition mandamo. So, kung manalify po kasi yung mga acts that contributed to the removal of Dr. Lei Lacuna, so marireinstate po siya if mapagbigyan po kami ng korte. Or even yung status quo ante-order.
By the way, question lang. Not as barangay captain, but as Liga president. Yun lang naman ang issue dito, di ba?
Yes po.
Alam mo masiga sa mayor yung mga kapitan eh.
Totoo po yan.
May quasi-judicial authority kayo.
Yes.
Yung
Opo.
mayor, executive lang. Yung legislative, ito, yung tatlo sa inyo.
Yung tatlo po.
At pag
Yes.
may sakuna, kayo ang frontline.
Yes po.
Correct.
Sila, masiga itong mga to. Sa
Yes.
totoo lang.
Frontliners talaga po
Kaya
sila.
technically yung City Hall, inaalagaan niya itong mga to eh.
Yes.
Technically, di ba?
So, ba't nakita ko rin kahapon sa Bilyonaryo report, parang naguhugas kamay si Isko na Mayor Isko na sabi, wala akong kinalaman dyan. Is that, parang hindi rin nakakapaniwala because obviously alam natin, obviously may away. But could you explain to us, ano ang punot dulo ng alitan niyo? Because ang ganda ng samahan ni Isko at saka ni Hani eh.
Hindi ko rin po alam eh.
Hindi ako naniniwala, hindi mo alam yan. Teka,
Ayaw maglako.
Hindi. This is your opportunity to share. Because it's really, but
Alam naman po ng lahat ng tao na malapit si Mayor Isko sa pamilya ko.
Mm.
Simula dati pa.
we're not from Manila. No? So, how close were Isko with the Lacuna family?
Kay Mayor Isko na rin po nanggagaling yung dati na tatay-tatayan niya ang aking tatay.
So, and correct my facts if they are incorrect. The breach, so there was an arrangement between Isko and Hani that he will run for president and she will be running for mayor. And so it happened. Hani won the mayorship and unfortunately, Isko did not win the presidency. And then, ang sabi niya, as what Nani said, hindi na ako babalik ng...
Ito sa statement, nabasa ko lang naman.
Yes.
Is that correct? He made a
Yes,
statement.
Hindi na ko babalik.
Unfortunately, he broke that word. Was that the start of the breach between the relations between the Domagosos and Lacuna?
Sa amin po kasi ganito. He wanted to run. My sister was incumbent.
Yeah.
Tatakbo pa rin po siya. Sa amin po,
That's the summary.
yun lang po. Wala naman pong ano eh.
Kung pamilya kayo, you didn't even flesh it out? Hindi kayo nag-usap ng maayos kayong ni Isko at saka ni Hani?
Boss, my numbers in government, my work in government before was to look at surveys.
Right.
That was my job eh.
Right.
Sa political affairs, Office of the Political Affairs. May balita po kasi dati, natatakbo, may balak si Senator Amy Marcos na tatakbo
Sa Manila?
sa Manila as mayor. Ngayon, yung surveys indicate na between Senator Amy at saka si Mayor Lacuna, dikit. Hindi naman masyadong dikit. Marami kasi tumatakbong mayor dyan eh. Di ba? Parang ganon eh. And there is a possibility na mananalo si
Amy.
Senator. There is a election eh, bilog ang bola.
Yes.
Di ba? To cut a long story short. Nung pinasok si Mayor Isko sa equation,
Nag-iba.
parang, yes, technically speaking, without meaning anything, kahit
Yes,
pag samasama mo yung numero,
Yes,
nung
yes.
lahat ng kandidato,
Yes.
Mayor Isko will stay on top.
Yes.
Ahead by about an estimated of 200,000 votes. Ganon. So, sabi nila, that also forced yung withdrawal ni Amy, nagkapasubuan na, tumuloy na yung laban. I also read na nag-usap ata kung pwede bumalik. Parang dati, mag-vice mayor si Mayor Lacuna. Hindi na nangyari yon.
Hindi.
Or something, hindi nag-usap
Were
na
there
ganon.
any discussions to that effect?
Kaya
Nag-usap po sila.
Yeah, nag-uusap
Pero,
sila,
hindi naman po nasabi na kung pwede ka maging vice mayor ulit. Hindi po.
Is it also true na yung anak ni Mayor Hani na tumakbong SK?
Mayor Hani?
SK? Wala bang SK?
Wala po kami.
Kayo yon yung...
Liga.
Ito naman,
Liga.
nag-imagine na naman doon ng kapatid. Talagang,
No. Akala ko kasi parang... No, kasi after the elections, December, nagkwentuhan kami. The reason I know this, si Mayor Isko kasi nagkwento. Hindi naman ako taga Manila. Kaya sabi niya, parang nahiya pa si Mayor Hani na ilaban yung anak niya o kapatid niya na Liga. Something to that effect. So, tumulong kami. Ang daming barangay itong mga to, boss. 800 plus.
896.
anyway, so we're going to move on. As a sister of Mayor Hani Lacuna, former Mayor Hani Lacuna, is your case against Mayor Isko and other city officials a personal vendetta? But before you answer this, let's suppose you'll return after the short break. So let's... And the spokes is back again, still with Dr. Lei Lacuna and Attorney Michelle Africa. So the question a while ago is, itong kaso nyo ba, is this a personal vendetta against sila Mayor Isko?
Paano po magiging personal vendetta? Yung kapatid ko po ang nanalo bilang mayor.
Pero mukhang, kasi mukhang ang balak ni Mayor Isko, tanggalin talaga ang mga Lacuna sa
Yun
city
po ang
politics.
naririnig ko. Yun po ang narinig ko.
Pero-
wala pong pwedeng matirang Lacuna
Walang batirang Lacuna?
sa City of
How
Manila.
many Lacunas are still active in politics?
Ako na lang po.
Oh, okay. And Mayor Hani Lacuna is no longer...
Hindi na po.
So how does it feel? Parang, parang the entire weight of the Lacuna clan is on you to defend the name. How does it feel? Parang ikaw sa'yo nakaasa yung buong Lacuna.
Totoo lang po, simula po nung natalo yung aking kapatid. Kami po'y nanahimik na. Ako po bilang Liga President, ginagawa ko po yung aking tungkulin. Bilang chairman, ako po'y sumusunod dahil siya po ang aming mayor at ginagalang ko po yun. Tahimik na po kami kahit sobra-sobrang paninira ang ginagawa sa kapatid ko. Kasi ang sa amin po, nagdesisyon na ang taga Maynila at nire-respeto namin yun. Kahit po ako bilang Liga President. Ang hindi ko po lang kayang tanggapin, ang illegal na pagpapatanggal nila sa akin.
Nani, mayor ka, si Dr. Lei is just occupying one of many positions, council.
No.
Ano tingin mo, bakit talagang tinitira? Is she a threat?
From barangay elections to the Liga, highly contested yan. By both parties wishing or planning to run for mayor. Mas mabigat yan sa incumbent. Kasi yung incumbent kasi, boto, lalo kung tabla-tabla, di ba? Crucial yung vote.
Bakit pinapersonal si ano?
Well, politika to eh. Look, this is not a unique case in terms
Yes.
of yung relationship ng mga mayor sa mga kapitan. Probably what is unique is yung the manner by which they were replaced.
How influential are you as a chairman of the Liga, a president of the Liga? Malaki ba ang you can influence other barangay leaders?
No.
Well, technically, you serve the barangay captain.
Yes.
Not the barangays na sakop nila.
Yes.
Wala kang authority ron.
Wala.
Sa barangay mo lang.
Yes.
Kaya nga yung tinatanong ko nga po kanina, di ba?
Ano ang endgame ni Isko rito? Para i-control ang buong barangay? Ang Liga?
Oh, well, yes. Ganun naman lahat ang mayor eh. Look, I'll be honest. Kahit nung panahon namin, we're worried kapag yung boto namin sa konseho, umaalog. Unang-una, budget.
Yes.
Alam mo, pag minority ka, budget eh. Yung programa mo hindi may... Look, di ba? Yung programa mo hindi matulak. Sila, as barangay officials, may budget sila. They can raise funds. May IRA capture sila. By the way, magkano ang budget ng barangay nyo?
Sa akin po, 3.6
Million?
Aba.
Billion?
million po.
Walang insertion niya o meron?
No,
Maliit lang
kasi,
po, maliit lang po.
So,
Maliit.
kasi marami kasing barangay.
Marami po kasi
on the
kaming barangay.
average, boss, on the average, sa buong Pilipinas, 4 million ang budget.
Oh, okay.
Sa 4 million na budget, wala kang magagawa. Technically, MOE mo lang. Wala kang project. So, you're dependent on the mayor.
On the mayor.
Yung mayor naman, dependent yung politika niya sa
barangay.
barangay. So, that symbiotic relationship
Tama
makes
po.
this position very important. Yun lang. Di ba?
Yes.
Is the control of the mayor on the city council manipis lang ba ang ano niya, control niya?
Actually, they have the majority now.
Super majority?
Super majority.
So more than 67%?
Yes.
Okay. So
It's not really a matter of the numbers eh. Kasi she's just one nga
Yeah.
of the 36 eh. So it's not really
38.
about 38. It's really not about that, sir.
other than the family, did you personally offend Mayor Isko at some point?
Wala po akong makitang rason. Wala po.
So this is really politics, no?
Buong Pilipinas to.
Yes.
My other question for you, Dr. Lei and Attorney Africa, she Atienza mentioned to you, malakas ang social media presence niya. During the past few months, have you been demonized on the social media front?
Kung gusto mong manood ng teleserye sa politika,
Follow.
you watch the videos of Manila. Kakaibang bakbakan dito.
So you are being demonized.
Yes.
Yes po.
Parang there is really
Technically, sagutan.
Yes,
Opo,
ma'am.
and then ayaw na sa kanya, umalis ka na dyan, yung mga ganun, that's the tenor of
And
the
how
social media.
did you respond in return?
Tahimik lang nga po ako. Ginagawa ko lang po yung aking
In
trabaho.
fairness, hindi ko po yung nakikita sa social media.
Opo, tahimik lang po
Si
ako.
Mayor Hani ang nakikita ko.
Kasi ang sa akin po, ako po'y halal na Liga President. Ginagawa ko po yung aking trabaho.
But that's a new dimension right now in politics that you have to be involved in social media because and all allegations, no matter how trivial, no matter how stupid,
Yes.
must be responded so that you will be able to defend your cause. So
Opo.
at that front, so mukhang are you on the social media front, no, whether it's true or not? medyo dehado kayo
Opo.
sa propaganda.
We would say that, yes. Talagang very powerful naman talaga yung machinery ni Mayor Isko on the social media front and we recognize that. But then dito kami ngayon sa rule of law talaga yung, it's very difficult to understand na yung tinatahak naming landas because it's unsexy. Yung, di ba, yung rule of law, mahirap po ipaliwanag yan eh. But then, that's where our complaints stand on, sir.
Do you feel the support of the citizens of Manila sa laban niyo? Alam ba nila yung tunay na nangyari or talagang nadala na sila sa social media sa mga propaganda ng kabilang panig?
I think yung part po, yung complaints are also, meron kaming ganong component that we want to educate them na, and I think it's gaining traction na parang, mali pala yun. So, unti-unti, and we really have, part of why then naging tahimik din si Dr. Lei, we are also being very observant and we were gathering evidence to that effect para po, when we need to explain to the public, then we have receipts to show
So I would
for
assume
it.
that since you've already filed 2 cases,
Yes.
you have enough evidence to
Yes,
support
boss.
your cause.
Yes, we do.
So what is your end game here? What is the end game of the whole this whole exercise?
I guess the
To
end
demand
game,
accountability, to take out Mayor Isko?
sige, you can,
Hindi naman po yun. Ako lang po, ang pinapaglaban ko, tinanggal po nila ako ng walang due process,
Balik niyo ako.
illegal. Yun lang po.
Did you feel oppressed already while you were there? Babalik naman kayo under the same atmosphere of oppression. Is that something that you're willing to take on?
Kailangan ko lang po ipaglaban yung tama, attorney.
And
prinsipyo.
are you
Prinsipyo.
also, pero in the meantime, aren't you talking to your fellow mga liga ng barangay and trying to convince them as well?
on the
Malinaw na yung demarcation line doon.
Yung
Nagbutuhan
pong-
na eh.
Siguro kasi yung mismong institution ng Liga ng mga barangay is also threatened here because, as an example, if this was done in the nation's capital, what would prevent other LGUs from taking the same example? Kasi si Liga ng mga barangay is like, ang nature niya, para siyang isang munisipyo, para siyang isang city. It is an LGU somehow in itself.
Manila is a premier city, so
Yes.
Capital, di ba?
Capital.
anything happens in Manila will reverberate
And
all over Manila,
yun
the
nga po,
country.
on Dr. Lei's front, she also wants to protect the Liga ng mga barangay by doing this. So it's not just the Manila face
Alam mo, itong
here.
mga barangay officials, sila lang yung mga elected officials na nai-extend yung term o kaya pinupuspon yung eleksyon.
Yes, di ba yung mga holdover po nila, di
May
ba?
mga holdover.
Yes.
Kaya
Oo.
I was looking at even yung position pala niyan, may holdover capacity. Kailan ba election po ulit?
November 2026.
Oh, sa halos ng taon pa lang, Juan. Ang disparity.
Okay, kung let's say, if kung manalo kayo, okay yan. Pag let's say, matalo kayo, itong sa kaso nyo, what do you plan to do? Do you plan to participate on the November 2026 barangay
Kapitan pa rin naman sila.
Kung ganito pa rin po yung sistemang aking papasukin, hindi na po.
But you're going to experience the same thing. You're only delaying that on the November 2026 elections. But right now, if you win, you're still going to be exposed to the same atmosphere of oppression.
Yes,
So why are
I
you...
know that. But kailangan ko lahat...
Prinsipyo.
Opo, illegal po eh. Pwede naman po, ngayon po may mga nagsasabi na ayaw ka na namin eh. Sa akin po, kung talagang ayaw niyo na ako, pinaniniwalaan niyo yan, napakadali po eh. Sumunod lang po kayo sa batas at tanggalin niyo ako ng tama.
You know, I have a question for you. Ang sabi nila, you only found your voice after your father, after your father left office. That's the impression according to sa Manila. So, how did you find that courage, if at all? Kasi tahimik daw kayo eh.
Oo po, tahimik po talaga.
So, how did you find that courage after your father left office? And saan nagagaling yung tapang na yan?
Siguro po, aabot po kayo doon sa, yung na pag hindi na tama. Katulad nga po nung nangyari nung natalo yung aking kapatid. Marami po silang sinasabi. Pero wala naman pong yun eh. Ito po, legal ang basis ko eh. Legal ang aking pinanggagalingan kung ba't nila ako.
Kasi
Yun po ang pinapaglaban ko.
very unique kasi yung rules ng Liga.
Tama po.
Very unique.
Yes.
Yes po.
And very powerful yung mga nananalo dyan.
Opo.
Kasi you are not you are not directly elected by the people, and yet you sit as a member of the council, you sit as a member of the provincial board.
Right. Opo.
Di ba? So very powerful, very influential.
You were
Yun lang, kaya
part of her burden also is she's the only remaining Lacuna in politics.
Yes.
So, but you are quiet, you're reserved. So, is there the burden also of carrying on the Lacuna name? That's why you have decided to speak up and be more forceful against what's happening in Manila.
Hindi naman po. Kanina po, tinanong niyo ako kung political vendetta. Hindi po kasi kami na po yung nasa tahimik na side eh. Ako po, talagang ang pinapaglaban ko lang ngayon, yung position na.
And knowing the odds against you,
Yes,
you will fight.
Yes po.
And how confident are you that you will win your case?
Based on merit, very confident.
totoo yun sa Pilipinas, attorneys, it's not what you know, it's whom you know. No, I'm just asking. I keep on hearing this.
I know you, that's why.
That's why he's confident.
Hindi nga ako abogado, abogago lang. That's why. No, but, you know, reality of Philippine practices. Di ba? At ako, when I was mayor, may allowances naman yung mga judge sa amin. Kasi kung minsan may mga biyahe sila na not within their budget, may mga seminar. So, they asked, parang gano'n lang.
I would say all things being equal, we are confident.
That's good.
Dr. Lei, my understanding also, you know certain practices in Manila, and you also tolerated those practices, whatever those practices are. Is that correct? And you're speaking, parang there's always something. I mean, you for some time you were both in power, no, to get allied
Yes,
with ISCO. So, were there certain practices that, according to some, that you knew but you never spoke at? Nothing?
Ano pong
Obviously, we're saying something.
Like corruption, etc.
Right.
Diretsuhan.
Hindi naman po.
Ako ang gusto kong tanongin kung may malaking rally sa Manila, how do the City Hall react? Sento ng rally to eh.
Oo.
Minsan may permit, minsan walang permit. O namimili kayo ng bibigyan ng permit.
Hindi naman po.
Oh.
Ngayon po,
Wala kayong...
No, I'm just asking. Di ba? Sakit sa ulo
Maximum
yun.
tolerance. Maximum tolerance.
You're saying that you're just focused on the legal, so you are not doing any extra legal like gathering the people to do a rally and all
Hindi,
that?
hindi.
So it's really a
No,
strictly
we're not
legal fight?
Yes,
resorting to that. Because we don't want really to disrupt what is happening in Manila. Kung yun nga po yung position ng mga Lacuna eh. Tapos na yung election, let the winner govern. And then
Okay.
yun nga po ang nangyayari. Bakit ganun? Bumabalik pa tayo dun sa politika na gusto pang tanggalin kung sino yung mga nakaupo pa. So,
So,
that's what we don't understand.
Parang isang series yung The Purge, talagang may purging. But anyway, this is a good opportunity for you to air your side, and I hope that you'll be invited more and be able to update us, by the way.
Yes.
The
Yes,
cases
we
are
will
ongoing, so
definitely.
hopefully, whatever developments, please feel free to update us. So thank you, Dr.
Thank
Lei.
you,
Thank you,
Sir
Attorney
Edwin.
Michelle.
Thank you
Africa.
very
Thank you,
much.
Sir Nani.
So it was a very good discussion. So this wraps up today's episode of The Spokes. For now, don't settle for just one side of the story.
Because every issue has two perspectives. And the truth may be somewhere in between. Ito
Only
naman tayo.
two now. I'm Attorney Edwin Lacierda,
I'm Nani, Agsalud Braganza.
and we are The Spokes.